Hey Leo, happy Tuesday. Tuesday being ruled by the planet Mars, hence the fire sign readings. I hope you've had a good start to your week, and I very much thank you for your support. I appreciate every view, every like, every share and every subscribe, and I return that support back to you tenfold. Now please remember to take it as it resonates. The energies can be flipped, and Leo may not be somebody's sun sign, so do keep that in mind. Leo might not be your sun sign. I don't know who's watching. And let's see what the tea is for Leo. What do we need to know about Leo? Please and thank you. Queen rising. You could be this Queen rising energy stepping into power, praised, coming up in the spotlight. Okay. Stalker. It's in reverse though. You probably aren't stalking anyone because you ain't got the time or the inclination. It's not you. It's not something that you do. Ugh. Shine. See, you're too busy shining. Your light irritates their demons. Whose demons? I don't know. Maybe somebody said that you were out here stalking somebody, but I don't know. It's just not who you are. If you're anything like me, you don't even have social media. You don't drive past people's houses. You can't be bothered. Creativity. Steals your ideas, copies your work, duplicates and feeds off of you. Interesting. This could also be somebody who is coming up off of your creativity, who pretends not to stalk and watch you, but they actually do. Take it as it resonates. I know there's a fair few bigger readers that listen and take my readings and reword them into their own fancier videos, and you know, they've got a better way of putting things. So this could be somebody who does this to a lot of little YouTubers who pretends like they don't watch, but they actually do. Stealing your messages in this Queen rising energy because they're stealing from you. Would not surprise me at all. I know there's been a couple of readers I've stumbled across and I listen, you know, for, I don't know, a few days or whatever. And then it just seems very much too coincidental that they're spouting the same shit that I did the day before, you know. I really do not believe in coincidences like that anymore. What else do we need to know? Loss, bereavement, sorrow, and damage. Cause and damage? I don't know. Feeding off of your story, perhaps? Ugh. Or you are suffering a loss of viewers because you've got this Queen rising energy who's stealing your messages and using it to rise up herself, pretending like she doesn't watch. Hello. Merit making. Goodness, humanness, and morality. This is given copycat energy. And not as in karmics around town copycatting you, trying to be you. This is giving somebody who is in a higher position than you, you know, probably has thousands of followers, gets thousands of views on their videos, but it's because they go and watch everyone else and siphon off of their messages. Interesting. Pride, self-esteem, self-worth, and ego. I would never watch anyone else's. That's all my work. Big ego. Very big self-esteem. Well, not, I don't know, that's not the right word. Up themselves. That's how we'll put it. And this person knows that you're better than them, but they just probably have, you know, they might got fancy clothes and fancy crystals and fancy beads and 1,000 decks and thousands of followers. But deep down they know. Justice. Justice will prevail eventually. See, you aren't bothered, really. Equality, neutrality, and logic. Your logic tells you exactly what's going on. You know that you've got these queens of the tarot siphoning from your messages and using it to build themselves up even higher because they're in the race, apparently. They're all about the ego, all about the pride. Probably got themselves a little laptop. See, I've only got one phone, which does make it hard. You know, sometimes I want to Google things while I'm doing readings and... Yeah, somebody pretends like they're too good to... They wouldn't watch anyone that's lower than them. Triumph, yeah, they're winning. Success, victory, and achievement. I'm telling you, this is somebody, this is a queen rising who's got a bigger following than you, possibly rakes in the dollars, and it's off of the little guy's shit, the little guy's messages. Just throwing it out there. Hello, stalkers who pretend not to stalk. I see you. Any hoots? You see, I'm one of those readers who use my own story, my own testimony in my work, in my readings, in my messages. So people who are copying, technically they are profiting off of somebody else's loss over somebody else's bad times. They probably haven't gone through a shit in their whole entire lives. They probably haven't been through the darkness. But because they've got a good way with words and because they look like they've got lots of crystals and cards and they look fancy, then they can get away with it. But you know who you are. High Priestess in reverse. Sophistication, trickery, wasted talent, illusion, and deception. Yeah, tricking everybody by using other people's pain and other people's stories and other people's readings to come up. Page of Pentacles in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Take it as it resonates. What else do I need to know here? The moon. Yeah, secrets. Fantasy. Instability. Misunderstanding. I'm telling you, this person would have no idea what you've been through. 1022 when I look up. They don't know your story, but they're feeding off of it. Feeding off of other people's pain and misfortune. Cancer, Pisces energy, heavy water energy just here. Could be a water sign. Yeah, and they try and keep you secret too. They're probably the ones pushing the buttons behind the scenes, so you stay hidden. Anyhow, devil. Desire, indulgence, and materialism, because they're all about the money. Here goes the throat. They're all about the greed and the gluttony. But they don't want people to know that they watch other people. See, I'll share other readers' readings and I'll comment so that they know that I'm watching, and I'm pretty open, although I do only follow 2 to 3 at a time. And I've stuck with the same ones for quite a while now, so yeah, these are in devil energy. Yeah, being the star, because they want to be the star. Creativity. Yeah, they're very creative. They haven't gone through shit, but they talk like they know what they're talking about. And they know that you're actually the star. That's why they got to keep you hidden. 4 of Wands in reverse, 2 of Swords, Hanged Man. Interesting. Unhappy families. Community. Opposition. Yeah, this is somebody who they listen to your messages, they watch them, and they think, yeah, this little person here knows exactly what they're talking about. And because they do, it really pisses me off. So I'm going to siphon from their messages and spin it off as my own. Hoping that people pass you by. Interesting. Heavy Pisces just here. This could be a Pisces. What else do we need to know here? Ace of Cups. An outpouring to the devil. That's what I just got. Yeah, because they're working for the devil. Maybe they make maybe they make sacrifices to the devil or demons. I don't know. Yeah. Well, that's awkward. An outpouring of emotion. Maybe this is someone who puts on the waterworks on their videos. I don't know. Just with this loss here, the boy in the picture's crying, holding his dog. Ugh. But it's devil energy. It's not real. It's us little guys. What else do we need to know here? World in reverse, yeah. They can't do shit for themselves, so they've got to siphon off everyone else's star qualities. Possibly sending magic, making offers to the devil to keep you stagnant, keep you slowed down, make you feel like you're not going anywhere, you're not doing anything. Failure to accomplish while they're rising up off of your good work. But it's all good. We don't care that much. 10 of Wands. Overburden. Yeah, well, if, like I keep saying to people, these copycats, if you are that invested in living divine feminine's life, then you are going to have to, learn how to talk the talk and walk the walk. Not just talk the walk like you've already been through it. This person has no idea what you've been through. But if they keep copying, maybe they're going to have to go through, what they spout off that they've gone through. They're going to have to learn eventually, aren't they? Just sort of facing your fears. Any sorrow or loss that these people go through, it's because they've been spouting messages about shit that they've never actually had to go through. So the justice is that they're going to have to pick up that cross and walk the talk. It's all well and good to be a copycat. Just make sure you are wanting to copycat what you're actually copying, because it's a tough gig. For those of us who have actually been through the darkness. Got the Eight of Cups and accepting one's destiny. If you want to accept divine feminine's destiny, then you're going to have to start going through some shit, aren't you? And then you might know what you're talking about. Very interesting. We've got heavy Capricorn here. Somebody could be a Capricorn. Got Aquarius. Oh, they go next to each other, don't they? Capricorn, Aquarius. Is that how it goes? Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. And Cancer. So they're the signs. I feel like somebody puts on a lot of emotion. And they're made up stories because they're not actually real, because they haven't actually been through anything. Yeah, the obligation on your shoulders. So if these Queen Risings start crying and carrying on about how they've had to go through loss and burdens and all that kind of shit, it's because they've been copying off people who have actually been through shit. And it's Spirit's way of saying, well, if you're sitting up on this throne pretending like you've been through shit, then you're going to have to go through it to learn what it's about. I hope that makes sense to somebody. I know it makes sense in my head. Anywho, see this, again, this is why we do not try and copy anyone else's life, because sometimes that life has been tough. And if you want to be sitting up on the throne talking about how tough life is, then you're going to have to learn some major life lessons, aren't you? Anywho, I'm going to leave it there. Take it as it resonates. And hopefully that helps. Especially if you're a little guy like me and you find, your views get stuck or taken or subscribers go missing and you're like, well, what's going on here? It's because you've got these Queen Risings blocking you, making sure they turn people against you, because they don't want people to see that you're actually the real deal. You're the one giving them their ideas, basically. Keep at it, little guys. We can do this. 1955 when I look up at the clock. Maybe that's someone's birthday. I don't know. Or birth year. Hopefully that helps.